This is Unaffected. Welcome to Unaffected, a podcast that offers a curated look at some obscure, forgotten, and neglected singers of the mid-20th century. I'm your host, Ethan Stoller, and if you are a regular listener to this podcast, you know, haven't featured very many men singers. Anthony Perkins is the only one. Well, today that's all changing.
I can't watch a man sing a song.
What, are you crazy?
They get all emotional, they sway. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Jerry. Well, most of the time, you're not wrong. But I got two great ones for you today. I think you're going to like them very much. First up is a singer named Jacques Foti. And this guy, instead of The Brutalist, they should have made his biopic. I'll get to some details from his biography, which are insane, in a minute. But first, let's just get his voice ringing in your ears. Maybe find your favorite beverage, curl up if there's a fireplace nearby. Jacques Foti was nothing if not extremely intimate in his presentation. Check this out. This is You Go to My Head.
You go to my head with a smile that makes my temperatures rise, like the summer with 1,000 Julys. You intoxicate my soul with your eyes, though I'm certain that this heart of mine hasn't a ghost of a chance in this crazy romance. You go to my head.
So you already now have a good idea of the persona of Jacques Foti. He takes full advantage of the proximity effect, which we've talked about on this show before. He's the dashing European ladies' man, especially as portrayed in reviews of his nightclub act, which spanned many cities and many years in the 50s and 60s. They all mention how the ladies swoon at his romantic je ne sais quoi. And if you believe his memoir, this was a pretty accurate reflection of his true life appeal to women and gay men. Though he makes it clear he didn't reciprocate the attraction to the gay men, just for the record. So yeah, I want to get to this memoir that he wrote. It's called Love Survives 3 Continents. And yeah, it's crazy. It's a 96-page, 96-minute endeavor. And I wanted to get to some of what's in there. But this is a music podcast after all. So let's play one more piece of music first. This is the beautiful, cool intro to Cole Porter's Night and Day. Jacques Foti. Enjoy.
Like the beat, beat, beat of the tum-tum when the jungle shadows fall, like the tick-tick-tock of the stately clock as it stands against the wall, like the drip, drip, drip of a raindrop when a summer shower is through. So a voice within me keeps repeating you, you, you. Night and day, you are the one. Only you beneath the moon and under the sun.
So let's talk about his life. He was from Hungary. He was Jewish, not really practicing, and yeah, he was in Budapest when World War II broke out, and horribly, unfortunately, put into a labor camp. He shoveled coal at a steel mill, and later he escaped, was captured again. The Nazis lined up they're prisoners in a firing squad situation, and they were killing 1 out of every 10, and the guy next to him was killed. He escaped yet again on top of a train. That's your action scene. Finally escaped the Nazis by the end of the war, and then the Soviet Iron Curtain entered. He falsified some documents so he could emigrate to the United States. He made his way across the ocean to New York, had odd jobs, washing dishes. He later became a fur salesman. He was always interested in music. He was a very good music student in Budapest. Worked his way around. He finally played piano at a party or something, caught the ear of an agent who started getting him gigs in the Midwest, in Milwaukee specifically, to do nightclub acts. He ended up in Houston doing the same thing, and then had a TV show on that would air every night from midnight to 5 a.m. of him playing piano. And there were in between lots of romances. The title of the book, about love surviving 3 continents, is in reference to his teenage sweetheart who he was separated from because of the war, and their paths did not cross for decades, but they kept in touch via letters, and they did reunite, and they were separated and reunited. He had lots of interesting interactions with the mafia and different celebrities. My favorite of the celebrity stories he tells is that he was at a party. He saw Betty Davis, who was quite a bit older than him. He saw her, he approached her. He's like, "That's Betty Davis. I'm going to go talk to her. I'm Jacques. People love me." And she did like him. I'm not sure if there was a romantic connection there, but they hit it off. They became friendly. She went to a few of his gigs. She went up to Las Vegas to hear he had a standing gig in Vegas for a while. And the gig ended at like 4 a.m. or something, and they hung out. Her driver took him back to his apartment and then left with Betty Davis back to L.A. And at 8 in the morning or whatever, Betty Davis calls Jacques on the phone, and the phone rings, and he's all hungover and, bleary-eyed. And he says, hello, and she's like, "Hi, this is Betty. I just wanted to let you know I got home safely." He's like, "Who is this?" She's like, "This is Betty." And he said, "Betty who?" She hung up and never spoke to him again. Just crazy stuff. He started getting bit parts in movies and TV. My mom will be happy to hear he was on 2 episodes of Days of Our Lives in 1970. He frequently played the French maitre d', including a seldom seen, non-streamable movie called Two of a Kind, starring John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. And even though it's not streaming, and even though the only 2 copies the Chicago Public Library owns are on the west side and the southwest side, not easy for me to get to, some nice person put all the movie in separate scenes on YouTube. So here is a quick audio clip of Jacques Foti taking Olivia Newton-John's drink in the 1983 classic, Two of a Kind.
What?
Did you ever commit any other...
Crime?
Yeah.
I'll take your drinks to the table.
Can't you feel the charisma oozing out even from that? So with all that background, let's listen to one more song, and then I'll circle back to one at the end of the episode. This is recorded with a bit of a fuller band than just him at the piano. It's a slinky, cool song called If You Want This Love of Mine. Check it out.
If you want this love of mine, treat me gently, treat me kind. Don't be mean and don't be bad, and you get the truest love that you ever had. If you want my lips to kiss, cuddle close and don't resist. Loving you is all I crave, and if you let me, pretty baby, I'll be your slave. If you want this love...
So this song was written by a singer-songwriter named Sonny Knight, who was born and raised in the Chicago area, relocating to Los Angeles for college and then getting into the music business. Let's hear straight away Sonny Knight's own version of the song he wrote, If You Want This Love of Mine.
If you want this love of mine, baby, come on and get it. If you should fall in love with me, I'll bet you never regret it. Not a thing I wouldn't do. I'd do anything just for you. Just let me know that you're really mine, because I wanna love you till the end of time.
Yeah, I thought Jacques Foti's version of that song was smooth, and then I heard the original. I'm like, oh, Sonny Knight. Damn. Yeah, he had some success as a songwriter. I think his biggest hit was called Confidential from 1956, I think, and which was also later recorded by the Fleetwoods, who I think I would do an episode about at some point. His experience in the music industry probably wasn't all that great, as evidenced by a novel he wrote later on, published in 1981, called The Day the Music Died. And I haven't read it, but the snapshot summary of it says that it's about racism in the music industry. And I read a few pages online, and I can see why he would, as a black man, would be disillusioned in that industry in that time, and why not, still even now. But didn't prevent him from recording some great songs. This is one called Permanently Lonely, and I was listening to the record, and I was like, I know this song. It seems like a Willie Nelson song. And yes, Willie Nelson wrote it, and I used to listen to this CD of Willie Nelson doing demos of his own songs that he wrote. So yeah, it clicked for me. I'm like, wow, this is great. And we know, just hot off the presses, Beyonce just won a bunch of awards for her country album. And this tradition of black folks, traditionally labeled as maybe R&B artists, recording country music, goes way back to at least Ray Charles' 1962 Modern Sounds in Country and Western Music. And Sonny Knight recorded this Willie Nelson song 2 years after that. And of course we know the origins of country music aren't confined to white people at all. But that's a different episode. But just check this out. The lovely track, Permanently Lonely, Sonny Knight.
Don't be concerned. It's time I learned that those who play with fire get burned. But I'll be alright in a little while. I know you'll be permanently lonely. Don't you be too quick to pity me, or salve my heart with sympathy. 'Cause I'll be alright in a little while. Yes, and you'll be permanently lonely. The world looks on.
Moving on from Sonny Knight to Sonny Knight. We are not homophonophobic here. Sonny Knight, Sunny, was a singer from North Carolina. She sang jazz and did it pretty well. She played piano too. She never really broke out, had a success. Her one record was a privately pressed LP. But one thing I love about this LP are the liner notes. They're pretty well written, uncredited. But here's a passage I liked from it. Forgive me for reading too much, but it's so good. The night is quiet. Suddenly the moon breaks through the clouds. The stars hang breathless, blue-white diamonds at midnight. The night wind whispers, reminiscing, another time, another place. The poignant fragrance of the still darkness, soft, appealing. Shades of night. Sonny Knight's performance of a song is remarkably personal. She handles a word or phrase as if it were a priceless gem, highly breakable. When she lets it go, it is with such artistic delicacy one hardly realizes it is no longer there. Wow. And my favorite is so sweet. My favorite part about the promotion of this record is in the local newspaper, July 1966, the Stanley News and Press of Albemarle, North Carolina, has a nice, sweet story about Sonny Knight's new record. And one of the details in it says that they are on sale at Quality Tire and Service Company in Norwood, of which her brother, Buren, is operator. Their brother, he's selling his sister's record at his tire repair shop. That's so sweet. And I'm just imagining this conversation like, your brake job, it'll be $31.50, and my sister's record, I'll throw that in for $5. She handles a word or phrase as if it were a priceless gem, highly breakable, unlike your new tires. So buy the record. And I don't know why the mechanic has in North Carolina a Chicago accent, but for Unaffected's purposes, he does. All right, enough of my silliness. Let's listen to a song that kind of shows the best parts of Sonny Knight's talent. This one is called So Long, Sonny Knight, 1966. Enjoy.
So long, I hope we'll meet again someday, and maybe then I'll hear you say, darling, I was wrong. So long, gee, I hate to see you go. You're the world to me, you know. You've been mine so long.
Nice. So to close it out, I wanted to circle back to Jacques Foti. I was thinking about, making a movie of his life, and the big thread through the story is that he's always in touch with his girlfriend that he loved when they were teenagers, and they're separated for decades, and then they get back together and they end up getting married. And here's someone who just suffered amazing trials and tribulations just to survive. And one of the songs he recorded was For All We Know, which is a beautiful song. And the sentiment is very touching considering his life story and his longtime romance. So this is the last takeaway for today's show. Treasure the people you love. You might see them 1,000 more times or 70 more times, but treat every time as if it was the last time. Thanks for listening.
For all we know, we may never meet again. Before I go, make this moment sweet again. We won't say goodbye until the last minute. I'll hold out my hands, my heart will be in it. For all we know, this may only be a dream. We come and go like the ripples in a stream. So love me tonight, tomorrow was made for some. Tomorrow may never come. all we know until we meet again.
This has been an Ambivert Media production.